Hey everyone, it's me, JB, and we are in week 46. And as we go deeper, we are taking it back to week 20, where our verse came from Matthew 18:35. This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart. Matthew 18:35. Live with forgiveness. So if you did not watch my week 20, be sure to go back and watch it. I go a little bit into very briefly into the backstory of that verse. And so if you can go to Matthew 18, I'm not sure exactly where that story starts, but read the backstory of where that verse goes to and gives you a little bit more enlightenment, or take it back to week 20 and it'll also give you some enlightenment. So in that video, I talked about my big forgiveness that made me realize that if I could forgive this person, the person who did the most harm and damage over my life, then I can forgive anybody. And so this is pretty much kind of where I'm coming from with this live with forgiveness, and this theme keeps coming up. Or actually, today is Sunday, and our pastor today, that was what it was on, forgiveness. And so it just keeps coming up everywhere. So when I realized, oh yeah, I forgot to shoot the video for Monday, and I saw what it was, I was like, oh, well, this is the theme. And then I started thinking, is there somebody that I need to forgive? But I don't think that there is. I don't think that there's anybody I need to forgive. But that goes into my first question. Who do you need to forgive? And this is a question that I asked myself the first go around after I forgave him. I was like, is there anyone else that I need to forgive? Is there anyone else that I need to, go through this process with? Because it is a process. And forgiveness is more for you than it is for that other person. And it's something, and I said this in the week 20 video, there is something freeing about forgiving someone and being able to say, you know what, I am not going to let that thing or that circumstance have control over me any longer. There is something about that will just totally set you free when you get to the point where you honestly and completely go, yes, I am going to forgive. So who in your life do you need to forgive? And if you haven't forgive them, what is stopping you? And a lot of times people don't want to forgive because they want to hold on to it. And the thing is, you holding on to it isn't going to hurt anybody but you. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you don't know what this person did. You don't know what this person said. Yes, I get it. I do not know. But the fact of the matter is, forgiveness is not telling them that, okay, I'm going to forget everything that you ever done. Forgiveness is freeing for you. Forgiveness is the one thing that you can give. And yes, it will be painful at times to give it, because when I had to, it was painful. And it was the first time that I felt that I forgave him, I realized that I really hadn't. It took me forgiving again to realize that I had. And in my mind, I had told myself that I had forgiven him. And just over time, God kept bringing it back. No, you haven't. And you have to deal with this. Because the thing is, that trauma, that situation will keep coming back on you over and over again until you get to the point where you decide, you know what? You're not going to have a hold over me anymore. I'm not going to let this situation have a hold over me anymore. And I am going to completely and totally forgive, and I'm giving it to God, and I'm done with it. And you have to get to the point where, and I mean, I probably sound a little bit, kind of direct right now, because that is what it is. It is a directness of going, you know what? No more. Like, I'm done. Like, I am completely and totally done with this situation, this thing that happened. I'm not going to let this have control over me. I'm not going to sit and think about it. I'm not going to let all these things have all this control over my life. I am relinquishing that control, and I am deciding to forgive, whether they ask for it, whether they want it, whether they even have ever said they were sorry. I am taking the step to forgive, because the forgiveness at this point in time is not about you. It is about me and having peace in my life. So as we go deeper with forgiveness, this is one that I think it's hard, and sometimes you have to do it again, because I had to do it again. I thought that I had forgiven, and then realized that, no, you hadn't. Like, you have to really and truly from your heart forgive them, and then just let it go and just be like, you know what? It's over and done with. I'm not going to live with it anymore. I am doing this for me. So, as we continue on this journey to live at peace, in strength with faith, in perseverance without complaining, to listen without anger, without fear with patience, in love with humility, in joy at rest with integrity, with compassion, in kindness, with self-control, with wisdom, with hope, and with forgiveness. And now we're going to go deeper.